There's a story that's brought down about a merchant that at a young age decided to go out of town to do business. Not from a wealthy family. He knew that he needs to work hard to make ends meet. And little by little, he starts making a nice life for himself. Starts building his business from ground up. We all know people like that, Baruch Hashem. And he starts doing good for himself. However, and this is a nice religious man. Little by little, because of his business responsibilities, he starts kind of slacking off on his ruchniut, on his spiritual responsibilities. One shacharit in shul, lost here. One, late afternoon, Friday afternoon, coming home right before Shabbat. And then little by little, he's literally losing out on prayer every day and losing out Shabbat. It's very unlike him. One day his Rebbe sees him. And he starts to give it to him. His mentor, his teacher, who was very disappointed in him, starts to give it to him. What are you doing with your life? What is this? Is this what you're here for? This is it? This is your life? You've completely put your life for grabbing more money from every corner that you can possibly find. This is what your life is about? This has become your purpose? You've put everything else aside so you can make another dime? That's what your purpose was all along? This is what you wanted in life? To just amass more and more and more? And he just gives it to him and he gives it to him. And this guy starts feeling it. And he starts going back like, yeah, I never wanted this. I always had my religion. I always had my beliefs. What am I doing with myself? He gets so upset. He takes out all of his money from his pockets and just throws all of it on the floor. And he starts to cry and he says, Rebbe, you're right. I'm sorry, I was a fool. I'm not doing it anymore. It's dirty and it's filthy. And he starts spitting on the money. Rebbe looks at him and goes, have you gone mad? Why are you throwing your money on the floor for? Pick it up. Who throws money on the ground? It's your hard-earned money. So now the guy goes, Rebbe, I'm sorry. You're really confusing me here. Right? Órale. What do you want me to do? What are you asking of me over here? What do you expect of me? You're first telling me I'm wasting my life. I've put everything into emptiness and I'm searching for money all the time. And you're right. I've totally lost track of what really matters in life. You're right. And I did it all why? For money. You're right. So I'm agreeing with you. Now that I agree with you, you're looking at me like I'm nuts. What do you expect me to do? So his Rebbe looks at him and he says, you have to understand, even if you were to go back to a life of spirituality, how are you going to make ends meet? You still need money in life. You still need to eat. You still need to support a family. You need to have a good head on your shoulders. You still need the money. I'm not telling you that money is bad. I'm not telling you that going after business is wrong. That's not what I'm saying at all. But he says, allow me to explain it to you through a story. So he tells him, long time ago, there were two friends. And these two friends had this special ability. Their special ability was, they were farmers. And once in a while, they would have a dream at night, both of them. It was like a Ruach HaKodesh, a heavenly message, that would tell them that year what would happen to produce. And it would tell them when they should plant, when they should harvest, when to take crops. That's what they would see in a dream. And they always knew when to plant, when not to plant, when to harvest, when not to harvest. And they were doing great. No one understood why they have such atzlacha. They always miss the floods. They would have dreams about there's going to be a flood in this month. They wouldn't plant. Whoever would plant, the flood would take all the seeds and they had to replant again. They would wait after the flood and then start planting. Until one time they had a dream. And in the dream, they understand that all the produce in the world is going to be tainted. Something's going to be in the water source of this month, or something's going to happen where all the fruits and vegetables, all the produce is going to be tainted. And it's going to be poisoned. And what is it going to do? It's going to make everybody crazy. Everyone's going to be mad. Everyone's going to be crazy. So these two wake up. And they don't know what to do. Everyone's going to go crazy. There is no way we can stop this. There's no way we can stop everyone in the world. It's bound to happen. Here's the question, though. What do we do? Do we wait and plant for the next water irrigation or whatever it was for it to water our lands so that we'll be normal? Or do we just go with the flow? You might say it's crazy, but it's not, especially in today's society. Why? Because if you're normal, you might actually look crazy. Because if everybody else is crazy around you, you're the only two normal ones, are you really normal? It's a good question. They felt, if we're going to be the only two normal people, we're not going to feel normal for too long. Because everybody else is going to be acting a certain way. We're going to be the only ones acting differently. So who's really crazy? What do? So they make a decision. And that is, they tell each other, we're going to plant at a later time. We're going to have healthy produce for ourselves. However, every day we're going to tie a belt really tight on our bodies that will be a constant reminder that no, I'm the normal one. Everyone else has gone crazy. I'm different. I'm not the crazy one. They're the crazy ones. I'm normal. I will always remember. So the Rav turns to his Talmid, to his student. The rabbi says, we are on this earth. We live in this craziness. We live in this society. We are living in this chaos. And once in a while, we actually have to act within this madness. We need to. We need to also act like, yes, we go to work, we have businesses, we got to run a life, we have to make money. Yes, we have to get involved in this chaos also. But that's not to forget that that's not what you're here for. You only do that so that you could survive in this world. So that they don't look at you like you're crazy, so to speak. It's your survival skills. You need to do that. But not to forget who you are, where you came from, what you really need to be doing. And that belt, the number one belt we have is what? Tefillin. The mitzvot that we do. The mitzvot that we do is that sign that reminds us every day on a daily basis, I'm different. Yes, I have to get involved in the business world. Yes, I have to get involved in the school world. I need to do these things because I'm a part of this world. Hashem has put me on this earth and has involved me in these earthly matters. That's the norm here. That's what I need to do here. That's what everybody has to do. But to think that that is my sole purpose in life, then I just had the same produce. I lost track of what I'm here for. Then that becomes an entire life of loss. Harab Ovadia Yosef, in one of his Zecher Tzedek Bracha, in one of his speeches, it's got a long story. In one of his speeches, when he talks about one of his sefarim, he says after 120 years, when he would have gone to Shamayim and he would not have written that sefer, he said in Shamayim they would ask me for it. They would judge me for it and say, I sent you down to that earth. You're missing a sefer. You were supposed to write this book. Where is it? We all have purpose, especially for Am Yisrael, is not to amass more money. And we need to do that in order to be a part of civilization, to survive, to provide for our families, but not to think chas v'shalom that that's the whole purpose of life. Because God forbid, no one wants to be that old person and turn back and say, now what? Baruch Adonai le'olam, amen ve'amen.